And there's a struggle behind that. Keep staying focused, trying to stay positive as you think about our families, our friends, our communities, people that rely on us. And I'll tell you, no one survives night shift that doesn't know why they're here. I'll say that again. I've never met anyone who survives night shift when they can't tell me why they're here, because it's too brutal. It's too brutal. Our biology is totally mixed up. The intensity's there, right? There's less of us and we're trying to do more. No one survives night shift if they don't know their why. And so I know all of us are here because we're fighting for something. And this parable, this story, it's about a warrior that comes off the heat of battle, and he's just finishing his victory, so to speak, and decides to take a long walk. And he's walking over the long plains and the valley there as he takes his sword and his shield, and he finds himself at the base of a great mountain, and at the top of that mountain is a high cliff, and on the top of that cliff is a great pinnacle of a view, and he decides he's gonna struggle. He's gonna march up that mountain. He's gonna climb up that cliff, and he's gonna position himself at the very top point of that great piece of nature, that great view that's out in front of him in the horizon. And there he is. He climbs it with his sword and his shield in full armor after the heat of battle. And his struggle as he marches up that mountain and he climbs to the top of that cliff, and then he makes his way to the very top of that pinnacle. And as the warrior stands there looking over the great horizon at the vista, he realizes something, that there's a storm. There's a number of dark clouds approaching him, and there's lightning and there's thunder, and the hail beats upon his breast as the wind gets more intense. And he begins to fade. He begins to fade as the wind intensifies, and these forces of nature begin to battle him. And at that moment, as this storm approaches, as the hail hits him upon the chest and the metal plate again begins to buckle, he stands strong with his sword and his shield. And out from the clouds comes a great voice. It says, "Can you handle the storm?" And the warrior, grabbing his sword and his shield, he looks out into the horizon, and with a great voice, he answers back. He says, "I am the storm." Woo! And we are the storm. We are the storm. We are the back half night storm that works day in and day out, sometimes thanklessly, sometimes without an end in sight. But I'll tell you, when we climb that mountain and we get to the top of that cliff and we have our friends and teammates and those around us, we have to pause. And as the metal buckles and the sword begins to get cold, and that voice cries out saying, "You're going to lose, you're going to fail," you got to pause. And you got to think about your why. What brought you to work these hours? What brought you to this shift? Why you are here? And you got to look out at that storm and you got to cry out, "I am the storm." And I want to share that with you guys because we've worked very hard and we've worked together as a team, and sometimes we don't always give ourselves that time to reflect and really appreciate just the great work that we're doing. So team, keep going, keep pushing, cling together. And it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you all. And don't forget, you are the storm, baby. Woo! Thank you guys. Thank you.